right here.
In the year of Canadian Confederation in 1867, Edmonton was still a fur trading outpost in a land that would become known as the Northwest Territories. It was 1871 before land even became available to settlers.
The Hudson Bay Company is about to sell Rupert's Land to the new Dominion of Canada. So there's going to be a whole lot of settlers coming in. We know this land is never going to be the same.
Edmonton specifically is still very much just the Hudson's Bay Company fur trading post. So within the walls of the fort live a number of employees of the Hudson's Bay Company. But the only people who really live here and treat it as a permanent place to live are the Métis, the Cree, and the Blackfoot.
Well, the forts would have relied somewhat on the Métis at St. Albert for some of the provisions for food. Pemmican, also they were bringing in a lot of the supplies that were acquired through the fur trade.
The only white people in the area are the Hudson's Bay Company, and they're only here because they want beaver pelts. And they only want them because you can make really fancy top hats out of them. And that has all started to change by the late 1860s, and in the next 20 years we'll see absolutely stellar change.
Hudson Bay Company didn't hire women and pay them. They were only welcomed into the fort if they were married. And in that role, they performed all kinds of domestic and other duties, but I don't think the duties would have changed much.
I've heard that there's really good money to be made in buffalo hides, that maybe we should move south closer to the Red Deer River and maybe go buffalo hunting, try to make a living that way. On the other hand, the Hudson Bay Company are about to give me 40 acres of land.
The Métis had a long tradition of buffalo hunting on the plains and supplementing that with farming, but during the 1860s and around this time, the buffalo are very drastically declining, and that goes on from the 1860s to 85, so they're adjusting to this change right now.
Certainly the idea of there being a new Dominion of Canada wouldn't mean very much. All of our communication in the past has been directly with Britain, through York Factory and ships going to Hudson's Bay. To be told that we're now part of the Dominion of Canada it's akin to, I guess, in the modern day being told we've just been taken over by Puerto Rico. I mean, we have no idea what Canada is or what it means.
It would be another 13 years before the first local newspaper, the Edmonton Bulletin, and another 24 years before the railroad reached the river south of Fort Edmonton, 30 years before the Klondike Gold Rush. Edmonton at Confederation was wilderness just 146 years ago. For Our Canada, Our Home, I'm Tim Dancy for Shaw TV Edmonton.